SPOMOTICS. That is promoted. That's SPOMOTICS. Welcome everybody here to SPOMOTICS. SPOMOTICS is sports, movies, and politics. Just waiting for a few people to get in here. Man, I have a lot on my mind today, man. I have a lot on my mind, and I'm just going to talk about it. And a lot of basketball. I know football season is over, unfortunately. But still, we got a lot of basketball to talk about. We don't know who's coming out of the East. What's going on, Keon? We don't know who's coming out of the East. I think I know who's coming out of the West, but we don't know who's coming out of the East. All right? So we're going to talk about that. Let me first get this started first. But it's going to be, we're going to have a great show tonight. Like I said, I know there's a lot going on in the world. A lot going on in the world, man. With the Russia and Ukraine situation, I'll talk about that for a little bit as well. I have a problem. I heard something today, and I have a problem with it. All right. So we're going to talk about that too. I have a problem with the Donald Lawrence Taylor comparisons, okay? I have a real problem with that, all right? And it's not just because I'm a Giants fan, all right? Don't get me wrong. That's not the reason. That's not the reason. I'll give you my reason when the show starts, all right? But I just don't understand the comparison. I heard somebody say he's the greatest defensive player of all time. I heard that. All right. I heard a lot of people saying that. And I think people are just prisoners of the moment. All right. Of course, yes, he had a great Super Bowl. But you know what? You know what's crazy? He didn't have a great Super Bowl. He had some great plays in the Super Bowl. All right. Donald is a great player. Like, don't get me wrong. He's a great player. But to say he's the greatest defensive player of all time, goodness gracious. So I'm going to talk about that too, all right? Welcome, everybody. If you're in here, man, please come on the chat, say hello. And I forgot, I'm on Facebook also. I'm on Facebook Live as well for right now. So let me just go to my page just in case somebody is on here. What's up? Hey, what's up? That's what I'm saying. They're saying he's the greatest defensive player of all time. Like, like I don't even understand. I don't even understand that. He's not even the greatest defensive tackle of all time. How are you going to be the greatest defensive player of all time? Now I know everybody's like, "Oh, Keith, you're being a homer. You're being a homer. You're a Giants fan." That's the reason. Let's stop. Let's stop right now. No, that's not the reason. Look, I'm a Homer fan. You don't hear me saying, "Oh, the Knicks are going to be great." Look, Aaron Donald is a great player, and I know he's had a bunch of awards and all this stuff. I get that. I get it. All right. Hey, Keon, when they say, I mean, I'm thinking about Reggie White. He's not better than Reggie White. Like, can we stop? Can we stop this? Like, let's stop this. All right. Let me tell you about Lawrence Taylor. Now, I'm 40-something years old. I'm 44 years old. All right. I've been a Giants fan for almost 40 years. All right. For almost 40 years, I've been a Giants fan. I've seen Lawrence Taylor play. I've seen him in person. I've seen him play. Lawrence Taylor was so great. I will never forget this game. It was a game. It was the Giants versus the Eagles. All right, the Giants versus the Eagles. And I know some of y'all might not know about these players, so I'm just gonna mention them. So there was a coach. It was one of the coaches from the Eagles. All right, Buddy Ryan. All right, he had a bounty out for Lawrence Taylor. All right, a bounty is when you just put a hit on Lawrence Taylor. I mean, you just put a hit on a player. All right, you try to get him out the game. Back in the day, that was the thing to do. You try to get him out of the game. You try to do whatever you can. All right. So on one play, I will never forget this. Like, I was maybe 7, 8 years old. It was a run play, and it was a misdirection. All right. And Lawrence Taylor was coming one way, and he had the runner. The runner goes the other way. Then Lawrence Taylor got blindsided. All right. I mean, knocked on his butt. They punished Lawrence Taylor. They were just playing with Lawrence Taylor the whole time. Lawrence Taylor said, "Enough is enough." He took over the whole entire game. I've never seen from this day, I've never seen a player take over a game like Lawrence Taylor took over that game. I mean, it was sack after sack after sack after sack. I mean, that next play, it was two straight sacks on Jaworski or whatever his name is. I can't stand the Eagles. Oh my God. But they were playing dirty with him. Lawrence Taylor had a way. I mean, do you know why they invented like 2 running backs backfield? It was because of Lawrence Taylor. Let's get that clear. He changed the whole game. He changed the game. That HB, he changed that. The line couldn't block Lawrence Taylor. They had to have somebody else try to block. And he is a great player, like I keep saying, but he is no Lawrence Taylor. His run defense is not great. To be the greatest defensive player of all time, you couldn't even stop the run like that. Like, let's stop with this. Like I said, people are prisoners of the moment. All right? Prisoners of the moment. Yes, they won the Super Bowl. Yes, he's a great player. But no, he is not the greatest defensive player of all time. And it irks me. It irks me when I hear that. I mean, just because you are great doesn't mean you are the greatest. The same thing I say about LeBron James. Just because LeBron James is great doesn't mean he is the greatest, because he is not the greatest of all times. And we all know who the greatest basketball player of all times is. Like, it's like, stop with this notion that just because you're great at this time. And I get it. So maybe some people just haven't seen Lawrence Taylor or Michael Jordan play. And I get that. Because I was the same way. When my father used to talk about, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, I get it. But please, let's stop saying that he is the greatest of all time. Like, let's just stop. Let's stop that right now. All right, please. How you doing, everybody? My name is Keith Gibson. I am the host of SPOMOTICS. That is SPOMOTICS. That's SPOMOTICS. Man, I'm going through a lot. I am going through some classes right now, and I'm going to class. I'm doing some classes for HR, And when I tell y'all this, these classes, these classes are no joke. All right. I'm taking a history class right now. And this professor of mine, he wants us to write all these papers. I'm like, goodness gracious. Like, it's so many papers that we gotta write. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I am learning a lot. I'm learning a lot more than what I've learned back in the day. All right. Maybe because I'm older. I don't know. But this man is no joke. I mean, we have papers after papers after papers. All right. We get a quiz every day. So not every day, but every week. This week we have 2 quizzes. Like, it's crazy. So my mind, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing the show. I'm watching games. Also, well, I'll bring that up later. Also, I am having a SPOMOTICS March Madness Tournament Challenge. Yes, you heard me. A SPOMOTICS March Madness Tournament Challenge. All right. If you go, I'm on ESPN. If you go on ESPN, and you can enter in, all right, to get in it. All right. I do one with my family, and then I'm doing one with everybody else. But anybody can join as long as you are on SPOMOTICS and you subscribe to my YouTube channel. But it's going to be $20. It's going to be $20 to get in. All right. Now, with the challenge, there's no first, second, or third place. Not doing that. We're not doing that. First place gets the whole pot. All right. First place gets the whole pot. That's how we're going to do it. All right. First place gets the whole entire pot. So everybody puts $20 in. All right. Everybody puts $20 in. And whoever wins it wins the pot. But you have to be a subscriber on SPOMOTICS. All right. It's gonna be fun, man. I had a lot of fun last year. Almost won. I came in I came in 5th. I guess that's not almost winning, but a lot of those teams, man, they messed me up. They messed me up, man. But I did have Baylor in the Final Four, so that kind of saved me. I want to talk about the NBA. The NBA right now is crazy, especially in the East. You got Ben Simmons going to the Nets, which I think is great. Because he was a candidate for he was a finalist for the Defensive Player of the Year. That was a great pass. Gotta make that. He was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, finalist. So that's going to be great. That's going to be great for Brooklyn because Brooklyn doesn't have any defense. As you can see, if you're watching the game right now, they don't have any defense. Who's coming out of the East? That's the question. Who is going to come out of the East? You have the Nets. You have the Nets. You have Philadelphia. Got Philadelphia. You got the champions. You got the Bucks. You got the Heat. You got the Bulls. I'm not gonna put Cleveland in there yet, even though I know they're the number 2 seed. But I'm not gonna put them there yet. All right. I won't put them there yet. They are a good team, though. They are a good team. A very surprisingly good team. All right. Who's coming out of the West? I know it's the halfway mark, but I'm just going to say Phoenix looks really good. They look great. Steph Curry and Golden State, they look good, and they're going to get some key players back. And we know that Phoenix Suns, we know that Chris Paul is out for about 8 weeks. So that's almost the end of the – he won't come back until probably the beginning of the playoffs. But that might be good for Phoenix. That might be good for Phoenix. Let him get some rest. He's an older player. Let him get some fresh legs. I mean, it's only his thumb. Let him get some fresh legs. He can still work out with the team. He can still do all that. But let's get back to the East. Now, in the East, you got the Heat at 1, Bulls at 2, Philly at 3, Cleveland at 4, Bucks at 5, and we'll take the Celtics at 6. But we know I don't think the Celtics are going anywhere. But who's coming out of the East? The playoffs. Remember back in the day, maybe about 10 years ago, everybody knew who was going. Everybody knew who was going. We knew it was either going to be Cleveland with LeBron. Wherever LeBron was, we knew who was going to go in the East. All right? We already knew that. The West, we already knew it was going to be Golden State. Like, we knew that. All right? But right now, we have the Miami Heat, the Chicago Bulls, the 76ers, those are, and the Bucks. Those are going to be the last 4 teams standing. That's going to be my opinion. All right? I don't see Philadelphia. I don't see Philly coming out of the East. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think they gave up a lot. I think they gave up a lot in that trade. I still see the Nets coming out. I see the Nets coming out, and I see the Nets versus Philly. I see the Nets versus 76ers in the Eastern Conference Championship. If, that's a big if, Kevin Durant is healthy. If Kyrie is healthy. Because I believe that stupid mandate that they got in New York, I think they're going to take that away. And I think that Kyrie will be able to play in New York. Which should be. And if you don't know, Kyrie can't play in New York because he can't play home games because he doesn't have the vaccination. But if you're an away team and you go to Brooklyn, you can play. It's confusing. But yeah, that's a big topic. It's a very confusing topic, but it's a topic. But if Kyrie can play, and you got a healthy KD, and you got Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is going to lock people down. Like, I'm trying to tell you. Ben Simmons can play defense. He might not be great at offense. But maybe he improved. Maybe he got a jumper now. Who knows? Maybe. Let's see where his mental is at. Let's see where that's at. All right? But right now, I know that they're the number, 8 seed right now? But that's only because of injuries. But I'm trying, and the crazy thing is, yeah, they lost 11 straight and they're still in the playoffs. And they'll still make the playoffs. And that hasn't happened since Toronto, the Raptors? They got Curry, which they can't really leave him open like that. He's not his brother. Seth is not his brother. But he can still hit an open J. He can still penetrate into the lane. So it's going to be hard for teams, especially with Kyrie, to match up with this Brooklyn Nets team. And then don't forget, you still got Patty Mills. He can hit open J's too. They're dangerous, man. They're dangerous. That is a dangerous squad we got there, man, that you got there, Nets. I'll give it up to you. You know, I'm still hurt from last week when y'all did that to my Knicks, but, you know. They have a deep squad. Now, coaching, you got to give the edge to Philadelphia. I'll tell you this, it's all about coaching. It's all about coaching. So let's see Philadelphia, right? Now Philadelphia they have Harden now. They got the big. All right? They got Embiid, who I think Embiid is going to win the MVP. He'll win the MVP rate. I know he'll be MVP if he doesn't get hurt. Because Embiid is balling right now, if you haven't been watching the NBA. Will Harden mess up that chemistry? I don't think so. I don't think he'll mess up the chemistry. I think that he'll make that team much better. He's a little bigger. He's a little older. But Harden can still ball. Harden's hungry, man. Harden wants a ring. He has a lot to prove. You know, we've seen him in Houston for so many years, carry that team the whole time, and then just die out in the playoffs. Like, we've seen it. We've seen him be one game from the finals, and that's when Chris Paul got hurt against Golden State that year. We saw him in the playoffs when he just stopped scoring. It's gonna be a great playoff, man. Like, you don't know, and hopefully if there's no injuries, like, we'll see. Miami Heat, they're deep. They got some good coaches there. I like the Heat. Man. But do I see them coming out of the East? No, I don't. I don't see them coming out of the East. I don't see the Heat coming out. They don't have enough. They don't have enough coming out, man. The Bulls. Now the Bulls, that's a good squad. DeRozan is killing them. He's killing the league right now. DeRozan's averaging about 28 points a game. He just set a record for points in consecutive games. Zach doing work. You got Ball, Caruso coming off the bench. Like, they have a squad. Now, they have this squad, but they still are not even close to Brooklyn Nets. And I'm a Knicks fan. I do not want Brooklyn to win, but I do have to give credit when credit is due. Because the Brooklyn Nets are a deep squad. Huh? He's upstairs with Cameron. Sorry, Danielle's looking for a boom. He upstairs somewhere. You know, back in the day, 10 years ago, the only thing that I wanted was just to see some good playoff games. It was so boring 10 years ago. Maybe not even 10 years ago. Golden State wasn't winning 10 years ago, but it was maybe 5-6 years ago. Hey, baby girl, what's going on? Thank you for coming on. I do appreciate that, baby girl. Thank you. Yeah. I remember watching the playoffs, and I'm bored. I mean, teams are getting blown out by 20, 30 points. They're getting swept out the playoffs. Like, not even close. It was like each round, everybody was getting swept. The most competitive might have been 4-1. I mean, it was terrible. It was terrible. And it was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until the Eastern Conference Championship or the Western Conference Championship. I'm just gonna wait for the conference championship. That's how bad it was. But look at it now, man. This is all I wanted. I just wanted it to be competitive. I just wanted to be competitive. I didn't want to just be like, oh, well, I already know who's going to the championship. Like, I already know. I know it's going to be so and so and so and so. I know LeBron's coming out the East. Like, I know LeBron's coming out of the East. And we already knew that. And I already know Golden State's coming. You know, who's going to be Golden State? But now, look at it now. Who's coming out of the East? We don't even know. Now we got to ask that question. Now they have debates about it. Who's coming out of the East? Who's coming out of the West? I mean, let's look at the West. The West is tough too. The West is tough. Let's see. You got Phoenix at 1. You got Golden State at 2. This Memphis team. Oh, man, look. Let me talk about Memphis real quick. I just want to talk about them. I wish that the Knicks would have got that number 1 or number 2 pick. I really do. This Memphis team, young, but they can ball. But this team right here, they don't go anywhere without Jay. Ja can ball, man. He can ball. What up, B? What's going on? Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Hey, it hasn't been the same since those New York, Chicago days. And let me tell you something. B, I remember when we used to have two-a-days for football. And I remember I used to come in there and my Knicks, you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, hey, my Knicks is going to do this. My Knicks going to do that. And that daggone Michael Jordan. I mean, I swear Michael Jordan messed up my whole high school career. I mean, my whole high school time I was in high school going for my Knicks. I mean, I remember one time we had them up 2-0. We could have had them up 3-0, but that damn Charles Smith, he kept pump faking instead of just putting it up. Against BJ Armstrong, this big 6'8". Let me calm down. Because that brought back a lot of memories, B. You brought back a lot of painful memories for me with this New York, Chicago days. And then it wasn't even a lot of satisfaction when we did beat them because Michael Jordan wasn't there. It was just Scottie Pippen. And then we still had to go 7 games with Pippen. Oh. But yeah. Oh, man. When he shoved Patrick Ewing down, and after he dunked on him, I was like, man. And that's how the whole momentum, it switched. Because game 1, game 2, I believe that was the John Starks dunk. I'm sorry, China. I know. I'm sorry. But it just brings back a lot. It brings back a lot, man. I'm not even going to talk about Reggie Miller and all them because we got them back. And the Heat, I mean, we got them back when we were the number 8 seed. We took them out. But it's just that Michael Jordan, the boy. I promise you, my father would not buy me Jordans because of Michael Jordan. You cannot be a Knicks fan in our house and wear some J's. Like, no. Like, I'm wearing them now, but back in the day, I could not. That's how serious it was. But let me get back to this West. This West, I mean, who's coming out of the West? I mean, I believe Phoenix is, but you still got Memphis, you got Utah, you got Dallas, you got Denver. Denver's not the same squad like they were last year. You know, everybody thought that before the year started. The lake, I'll never forget. I was in Vegas. I was in Las Vegas last year, and I forget where I was. Oh, I was doing something. I forget. I was walking, and then I just see this big old video. Los Angeles Lakers just signed Carmelo Anthony. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, the Lakers had a squad. Then it was like, this just in. Lakers just acquired Russell Westbrook. I'm like, wait a minute, LeBron, man. GM LeBron was doing his thing. So everybody was like, oh. So they're running. Where was I at? I wasn't in Caesars. I know I wasn't in Caesars. I can't think which casino I was at, but it doesn't matter. Everybody ran to the betting circle. And they were like, yeah, I'm getting on this Lakers thing. Lakers gonna win it. Lakers gonna win it. And then you can see like the lights of how they were changing. They changed the whole like the bet. Like the Lakers was like to win the championship. The Lakers were like a plus like 400 or something like that. But then that all changed. They were like, it went to like negative 175. I was like, wait a minute. It changes like that? It wasn't that day, but it was like the next day. It was just a whole bunch of changes because they knew that the Lakers were going to go back to the finals. And it was crazy. But look at the Lakers now. I mean, I know they hate Westbrook, but I mean, Westbrook is he's still a great player. He's just, I don't know, he's just struggling right now. Maybe because he's back home in LA. Maybe that's it. I cannot open this thing. Excuse me. I love this beer. I went to a wine festival and this thing, Bold Rock. Now, I used to be a what was it? Budweiser man. But this Bold Rock with that little apple flavor, that little hard cider, I love it. Oh my God. So excuse me, y'all. I didn't mean to be drinking all hard on the live, man. Damn. But yeah. Oh, Morant is the new eye. He's more athletic than AI. That's my opinion. He's not a better player than AI. I think he's just more athletic than AI. But hey, and the Lakers, they do need some young quality guards because this is the thing. LeBron messed up. Yeah, I'm saying LeBron because he was picking the squad. Like, if you don't believe that, then I got a bridge in Brooklyn. I'm gonna sell you. But LeBron had picked this squad. All right. LeBron messed up though. He messed up because he shouldn't have got him. He should have got that young boy from Toronto. He should have got who's on the Heat. He should have got dang, why can't I think? I'm telling you, this school is messing my brain cells up. Lowry. He should have got Lowry. They would have been a different squad because Lowry can score. He can shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? LeBron didn't have to hold the ball that long. Like, LeBron has to do everything now. LeBron is so great. LeBron is great. He has to do everything on that squad. I mean, it's ridiculous what he has to do at his age. Like, it's ridiculous. And those young boys on that squad should be embarrassed and ashamed for not helping LeBron out, a.k.a. Anthony Davis. Oh, my goodness. I'm not even going to talk about him. They just need to trade Anthony Davis. They need to trade Anthony Davis while LeBron is still doing LeBron things, because Anthony Davis ain't really helping. They need to trade Anthony Davis. They need to get younger. They need to get some guards. They need something. Anthony Davis keeps getting hurt every other week. His time is up. His time is up. And I'm not a Lakers fan. You know this. But I have so much. Let me say one thing. I have so much respect for Laker fans in LA. I went to that game, Lakers versus the Knicks in LA. I still call it Staples. I don't like that crypto. I still call it Staples. Their fan base was maybe one of the, I've been to a lot of games, football, basketball, baseball. I've been to a lot of games. And that fan base was one of the best fan bases I've ever seen. Okay? I was talking a lot of trash, like I always do. If you know me, you know I'm talking trash. The whole game. I am talking trash the whole entire game. We're up by 20. We're up by 21. Now I know that they're gonna make a run. Like I kept telling the boys that. I was like, look, they're gonna make a run. Like it's not gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a close game. But I talked so much trash, and they was talking back, and they were talking trash too. But it wasn't like, shut the F up and shut up, you're stupid, get the blank out of, nothing like that. When they were coming back, they were talking trash, but it wasn't disrespectful. It was all in fun. At the end of the game, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, that was a good game, but we still got y'all from the finals. You know what I'm saying? Just being crazy, acting, having fun. They gave me that. They said, man, have fun in LA. You know what I'm saying? They were just cool. Ain't like these other fan bases. Like I would never take my family to Philadelphia for nothing. My pops took, A, B, yes. Matter of fact, I was just talking about that. So I went, my father took me to Eagles-Giants game, okay? Now my father, a lot of people don't know this, but my father was an Eagles fan, a big Eagles fan, all right? He was a big Eagles fan, and I was a Giants fan. So he surprised me and took me to the vet, okay? He takes me to the vet, all right? Now, let me tell you about these crazy Philadelphia fans. They don't care if you are a 90-year-old woman. They don't care if you are 70 years old. They don't care if you are handicapped. If you have a jersey on and it's not the Eagles, you're going to get it the whole night. And guess what? I got it the whole entire night. And it was a Monday night game at the vet. Okay? Okay? That's it was. They was like, oh, this kid, that can't be your son. He's on the wrong squad. I'm like, they were giving it to me. And I'm like, I'm like 6, 7 years old. And all I can do is Shut up. Like, what else am I gonna say? Like, I can't curse. So my pops was like, my pops is a big dude. So my pops was like, that's just how it is. But I know that I was with him, so I know nothing was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But they weren't they weren't to the point like they were gonna beat me up or anything like that. Like, it wasn't that bad. They didn't throw anything at me, but I mean, they might as well had. I mean, they were terrible. They were terrible. I mean, I'm like 7 years old, and you got something on your jersey. Like, you got like they're cursing at me like I'm a grown man. So that's how it was. That's why I don't like Philadelphia. I don't like nothing about Philadelphia except Rocky and Boys to Men. I don't like their little cheese steaks. Them things are disgusting with the spread or whatever that cheese whiz on your yuck. And I know people be like, oh, you gotta go to Philly, get the cheese steak. Man, please. So I ain't gonna knock Philly, man. I have fun in Philly. I did have fun in Philly, man. I just don't like their sports teams. I just don't like their sports team. The Phillies, I mean, I don't really care about the Phillies. The Yankees never had to deal with the Phillies, except for that one time in the World Series when we, blew the brakes off them. They only won for 2 games in that series. They won 4-2. But either way, yeah, those Eagles. So yeah, that's how it was at the vet. But LA, I give you much props, man. They were so cool, man. Even like I remember, like even when I go to the Washington Commandos or Commodores, whatever y'all want to call yourself. Even when we go to those games, those fans are just dumb. Like, they're just bad. They're just horrible. And I remember I was going to fight one fan in Washington for disrespecting my daughter. I'll never forget that. We went to a Giants Washington game. It was a Thursday night game. All right. So, that's the night I met the chief. I took a picture with the chief. Like, he was real cool. But we go there. And everybody in front of us is now we're in the end zone, right? So there's like a few seats that are in front of us, so they're standing up. So now China can't see. So we standing up too. We want to watch the game, right? It's a damn football game. You can stand at the damn football game. And this dude was like, sit down, blah, blah, blah. We can't see. Well, hell, I was like, damn, you should have bought some better seats. Or get up. It's a football game. Like, this ain't no library. Like, what the? I never get this game. It was a Thursday night game. And one of the best games that Eli has played. And it was the same night, because I was going to go to it was the Baltimore Orioles versus the Yankees. And it was Derek Jeter's last game, last series in Baltimore. So I already knew I was going to another game on that Saturday. So I was like, all right, let me just go to the football game. Let me go see the Giants play, whatever. But they were just disrespectful. I mean, we were blowing them out. It was like 35 to like 3, and Eli was just throwing. Eli had like 5 touchdowns. He threw like 5 touchdowns. It was just like, but they were just so disrespectful. Another time we went, I took all the kids. We used to do this thing. Hopefully we can do it again, man. But we used to do this thing where we had the Gibson, what did I call it? The Gibson NFL something. So the Gibson NFL Thanksgiving game. So every Thanksgiving, wherever the Giants played at, whether it was, that weekend, we would go. We would go to the game. So our first game ever doing that was Jacksonville. So we all went to Jacksonville, Florida, which was beautiful. And I'll never forget, my son, my kids, they had this sign. It was like, this is our first NFL game. Yay. Like that, right? So I took China to the bathroom because I know China wasn't feeling well, if I remember. China, you weren't feeling well. And this fan, I come back and the boys are all quiet. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Some guy tore our sign up. What? You tore the little kid's sign? I was heated, but my mother wouldn't. My mother was there. She went with us, and she would not tell me who it was. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't have any problems in LA, man. So I'm definitely going back. I'm going back to Cali because great fans and I have fun. Cowboy fans are the worst than Eagles fans. Oh, because you went to that game, right, Keon? You went to Dallas. I want to go there too. That's another game where I want to go. I want to go to Jerry's World. Definitely want to go. Oh, I thought he made that. I definitely want to go to Jerry's World. I want to see that. I want to see that atmosphere. I want to be in there. So, but I believe it. But Keon, I don't think they're worse than Eagles fans, man. I promise you. I would never take y'all to an Eagles game. Never. But Keon, you remember that. China, I know you remember that when they tore y'all sign up. Yeah, the score was like 40-13. It was something like that, China. It was bad. It was bad. But yeah, I'm so off topic right now. I apologize. This is who's coming out of the West. This is who's coming out of the East. All right? I have the Brooklyn Nets coming out of the East if they're healthy. If they're Washington Commodores, Lionel Richie as the logo. Hey, B, I'm just reading that. Oh, I love it. I'm going to have to make a meme of that. I'm going to have to do that. That is funny. Yes, the Washington Commodores with Lionel Richie right in the middle of the field as the logo. I love it. I'm about to make a shirt. I love that. Yes. Yeah, so that was I have the Nets versus Phoenix. You know, I keep saying the Nets, but that damn Bucks team is good too, man. Oh, and I think the Bucks is the only team. Okay, there's two teams that can give the Nets problems. The Bucks and the 76ers. God, it's going to be hard. I don't know. But I think the Nets will come out if Kyrie can play in New York, which I think he will. But I do, yeah. I have Kyrie and the Nets, and as long as Durant is good. KD can play. Patty Mills. You got Simmons. Like, they can have a squad, man. He's going to lock some people up. I'm trying to tell you. Ben Simmons is going to lock some people up. It's going to be good. They need that defensive presence. They need the chemistry, though. Excuse me. They have to get their chemistry up. Because that's one thing. You can put a super team together, but if you don't have that chemistry, it's not going to work. Especially on defense. You can have all the great players in the world. If they don't play defense, you're not going to win. You're not. Just look at it. You're not. If you don't play defense, you're not going to win. I'm getting off subject right now, but I'm real upset, man. You know, Major League Baseball is just weird to me. I remember when they had that strike, there wasn't any baseball. And then after the strike, they came back. And a lot of people wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, man, why y'all do that? Y'all so selfish, blah, blah, blah. Good, he got banged on. Goodness gracious, Tatum, don't do that to him. Good God. And then baseball comes back. And you know what? These past, 3 or 4 years, baseball has really, they came back, they're strong. Everybody was going to the games. Good atmosphere out there. Just go summertime. You know what I'm saying? America's pastime. Go play baseball. And a lot of kids, a lot of black kids. You know what I'm saying? They don't really watch baseball. They don't like baseball. My son plays baseball, so I try to get him into that. Watching baseball. Keon, I know Keon watches baseball. China used to watch baseball. I don't know if you watch it anymore, but it's just something about baseball that's just that sport in the summertime, and it's just like a fun sport to watch. I love watching it. I know people think it's boring, but I love I can watch it on TV. It doesn't even have to be my Yankees, you know what I'm saying? And now they're talking about they might go on strike again. Well, actually now, because they don't have anything going on. So it's like, I don't know. I doubt that they're even gonna have a bargain at the end of they have until Monday for us to have a full season, for them to have a full season. And if they don't, then they won't have a season, or they'll have a half a season. But who wants to watch a half a season of baseball? Like, we've done that before. We've done that with the NBA, with the half season. Remember, that's when my Knicks went to the finals. We had a half season in baseball. We had a half season in basketball. Like, nobody wants to see that. And in football, we didn't have a half season in football, but we did have that. I want to say it's 87. I believe that's when the Washington Redskins, when they were the Redskins. I think that's when and I'm sorry, I'll say the Washington, excuse me. When that Washington team, I think that's when they won. That's when they had the replacement players. And that's when, like, the team, the kid, they went on strike, but they had these replacement people coming in. Like, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Like, who is this? He's like a garbage man that tried out. He was real good in college, but got hurt. Now he's playing in the NFL. Like, it was weird. It was weird. But yeah. But baseball is messing up, man. And if they don't have a season this year, then I think baseball is going to be done. I don't think they'll come back from this one. I don't think they'll come back. I don't think they'll come back. We got in 2 different altercations at the Washington game when that old man tried us. Oh, that old, hey, China, when it come to y'all, I don't even play. And that old man was definitely going to get it. His team lost, and he was about to catch an L. Oh, man, I remember that. Hey, B, you got the Bulls versus the Warriors? You have the Bulls coming out of the East? Oh, wow. Okay. The Bulls. Oh, you meant the Bucks. You meant the Bucks. Okay. You meant the Bucks. Okay. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. I really can, man. I can see the Bucks coming out. I can see the Bucks coming out. I can see the Nets coming out. I can even maybe see the 76ers coming out. Maybe. But yeah, Bucks definitely could come out. I don't think with a healthy Chris Paul, I don't think. Well, we'll see, because we know Wiseman's coming back for the Warriors, so we'll see. They got another big presence coming in. Clay can do work. If Clay can come back to being Clay, maybe he'll warm up to that. So yeah, you're right. You never know. Draymond Green, he's back, or he'll be coming back with Wiseman. So they can definitely make moves. And they will be making moves with this. I know Phoenix has a 6.5 game lead. So Chris Paul is hurt. So who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to tell you this. I'll tell you this right now. When it comes to Phoenix, And Phoenix in this 6-game lead, 6.5 game lead, was a blessing in disguise that they got that 6.5 lead. But can Booker step up? Can Booker be that guy? Like, oh, is that Kenny? Who is he racing against? Oh, that's Chris Webber. Oh, he blew it. Oh, Chris Webber caught him. But look, Bucks or Bulls? I don't know about the Bulls. Bulls are good. They're a good team, but I don't know if they can handle the Bucks if they did in a 7-game series. I can't see it. I can't see it, but maybe, but I can't see it. And I'm just talking about if everybody is healthy. But with Phoenix, I don't know if Booker can be that guy. Like, Chris Paul is out, so they're going to be doubling Booker. They will double Booker. We all know Booker can score. But can he carry this team? That's going to be the thing. And the Warriors have a chance to, somebody has to step up for the Suns. Because, yeah, it's 6.5 game lead, but that can go by like that. And we all know that. So, well, we'll see. But, yeah, those are some good picks, man. Oh, but look, while I have everybody on here, I don't know if you guys were on here earlier. I am doing a SPOMOTICS March Madness Tournament Challenge. Okay? To get in, you have to be a subscriber. To also get in, it is $20. The winner, now I'm not gonna do no first place, second place, third place. Not doing that. First place wins the whole entire pot. All right? $20 get you in. All right? I will have more details coming up. Okay? And it's on ESPN. And I will have an invite and everything on my page. Okay? All right, cool. And like I said, it's for March Madness. You know, March Madness is coming up, which I love. I love March Madness. I love March Madness. And I'll be talking about college basketball on Sunday. Because there's some squads on that college squad that, Duke is still doing their thing. I can't stand Duke, but Duke is doing their thing. They won't have a lot of teams going to that tournament in the ACC, I don't believe. Well, they might have, I'll say five teams going in. I know Notre Dame is pretty good this year. Duke, Virginia Tech is heating up. They're heating up. And they heated up at the right time. I think they just won. They were on a 5-game winning streak. I believe they lost to North Carolina. They lost to North Carolina. China, I don't believe you're a Duke fan. I just, yuck. Goodness gracious. But yeah, they are a great, they have a good team. You got Baylor, Gonzaga, Michigan, the Michigan State team, they're not that good this year. Ohio State is good. We're gonna have a lot. So we're gonna talk about that on Sunday. We're gonna talk about college basketball on Sunday because I'm excited. It's about that time. March Madness, CIAA is here. Oh, and shout out to my St. Augustine College, my St. Aug College CIAA men's team who beat Shaw University in the CIAA. Let's go. Let's go, St. Aug. I don't know what they did today. I gotta go check. But in a couple of in March, and I gotta get up with them because we definitely gonna set this up. But in March, the 25th anniversary of the CIAA men's team of the men's St. Aug team winning the CIAA, and they're gonna be my guests. And I gotta set it up. I can't wait to do this because I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them since homecoming in a long time, man. It's been a minute. Cause I try to go to homecoming maybe every 5 years, man. Every 4 or 5 years, you know. We're gonna have some great. It's gonna be some great storytelling. It's gonna be more than an hour. It's gonna be some great storytelling on there. I know a lot of where one of our the team members had passed away recently, so we are definitely gonna talk about him, Mr. MVP himself. We're gonna talk about Bernard for real. Man, whoo, that's tough. We're gonna talk about that. It's gonna be the 25-year anniversary, 25th anniversary of St. Aug's men winning the CIAA. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, they also made it to the Elite Eight in the Division II. And that was a great squad, man. Quick story. I will never forget this game. This might have been one of the best games I've been to at St. Aug. All right. Oh, you and my wife, Norfolk State. But hey, we beat y'all that year. We beat Norfolk State that year in the CIAA tournament. Oh my goodness. That's when Norfolk State used to be in the CIAA. Woo, man. But this story right here. So our gym is called the Sweat Box. Okay, real small sweat box. It was. Let me see. It was Virginia Union versus St. Aug. This is when Big Ben Wallace played for Virginia Union. Okay. I mean, they were giving first half. They were giving it to us. All right. I mean, we couldn't do nothing. We couldn't hit a shot. Like my team, they were just down. We were down by 20. All right. Down by 20. My roommate at the time, Big E. All right. Eric Harris. All right. Big E was my roommate. All right. Now I'm a freshman. No. I was a sophomore at the time. All right. Because they didn't win it my freshman year. They won it my sophomore year. I want to say, why am I tripping? Or maybe it was my freshman year. Did they win the CIAA my freshman year? Well, whatever. But anyway, so my roommate under the basket. Next thing you know, Big Ben Wallace, boom! Like he bangs it on my roommate, right? And everybody's like, oh, I don't know what Coach Lee said in that locker room at halftime. But I'm going to tell you this, and this had to be the start. I believe this game was the start that said, oh, we're going to win the CIAA. Because that second half, I don't know what happened. That lead was gone in about 5 or 10 minutes. Like the lead was gone. We're up. I want to say we won by 20. We were down by 20. I believe they won by 20. One of the best games I ever seen. And this is the thing. You talk about revenge. Big Ben is under the basket. All right. He's trying to get a rebound. And my roommate, boom! It was like, oh, that did it. After that, they couldn't miss. Fonte got off. I mean, Bernard's jumping out the gym. Like, we had a squad. Keith was holding it down. He was a point guard. He was holding it down. Big Joe Best. I mean, them boys were getting off in the second half. One of the great games. God rest his soul. Bernard dunked from, I mean, I can't wait to talk about this. And I can't wait to see all of them when we do this. Matter of fact, after this, I'm going to make sure I'm going to set up the time, make sure everybody can come on and do this. I mean, Rashad was hitting threes. I mean, it was crazy. It was like them boys could not miss. That was one of the great games in the sweat. Yeah, I know Norfolk State got a sweat box too. That's what Danielle always tells me, man. Like y'all try to copy us, cause you know. Norfolk State try to copy St. Aug, man. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like our cheerleaders, they used to Bernard. I mean, I'm saying Bernard. Brian B. Oh, he went to Norfolk State. Yeah, he went to Norfolk State too. Okay, so he knows. So it was like our cheerleaders used to have this thing. It was like shake it, and then it'd be like shake these nuts. And now Norfolk State talking about they had that too. Like they copied everything. Like somebody went to St. Aug and they didn't want to be in North Carolina anymore. So they transferred to Norfolk State so they could be back in Virginia, and they copied us. No. That's the only thing I can come up with. I will, because we've been doing it, and you weren't even you were in middle school at the time. So Norfolk State was. These nuts didn't come out until the 90s. I don't think so. Norfolk State, man, y'all be copying, man. No, y'all be copying us, man. But it's all good. But anyway, look, we got a lot going on. It's a lot. I have shirts for sale. I gotta get some more shirts because a lot of people have been, and I can't wait to see y'all in them because that's me. You see the little beard and everything, man. Like I came up with this logo. I wanted a logo. I kept telling the guy, I was like, yeah, I want a logo, but I want a logo with a head on it. He's like, with a head on it. I was like, yeah, but I want the logo to have because I'm from the Bronx, I'm from New York. I want stuff on the logo, and I wore one of my SPOMOTICS shirts, and my sister-in-law Brittany, she was like, "Oh, did you mean to put that around your head? Does it mean like a New York state of mind?" Oh, never thought about it like that. So of course, me being me was like, yeah, that's exactly where I was coming from. But no, I was just joking. But yeah, that's exactly what she said. And I didn't even think about that at the time. Like a New York state of mind. It has the Empire State Building. You know what I'm saying? It has the Brooklyn Bridge. It has the bridge. It has Democrats, Republicans, and it has sports and the little movie wheel. You see the little movie and cut? Like it has all that. Sports, movies, and politics. You know I don't talk about movies and politics that much on here, which I promise you I will. It's coming, all right? It is coming, but I'm learning. I'm still working. I'm still learning, so it's gonna be no, they didn't. Norfolk State didn't have that. I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna find out about that. But look, y'all, yeah, so I'm still learning, got a lot of stuff that I want to do. I cannot wait until the 25th anniversary CIAA St. Aug Championship. I cannot wait to do that, all right? I know that everybody won't be there, but hopefully most of them will be there, all right? And I've already talked to them. They said that they'll do it, so we just got to think of a time to do it. So I cannot wait. Also, March Madness is coming up, so go on my ESPN. I'm gonna have it on my Facebook pages. Now I have Instagram SPOMOTICS. I have Facebook SPOMOTICS. I have my name Keith Gibson on Facebook. I have Twitter. I have I have all that. So I'm gonna put it on there. Hopefully, we get a lot of people, man. I don't want to win just $200. I'm trying to win like thousands of dollars. Yes, I said I'm gonna win. All right. I'm not gonna lose this year. All right. It's gonna be $20. I'll put it on Facebook and everything. Y'all find out. All right. But look, y'all, that's my show for the night. I will be back on Sunday night at 8 p.m. We're definitely gonna talk about college basketball. Yes, I'm the same way. I love college basketball. I love it because these boys, they go after it. They want to get to the league, so they're going after it. They put it all on the floor. Not saying that the NBA doesn't, but sometimes NBA, you know how it go. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we definitely gonna talk about college basketball. So get ready for that. I'm ready for this tournament. Let's do it. March Madness, CIAA. Let's get it. St. O, let's go. I hope y'all did y'all work tonight. It's on one of these channels. It's probably on TV1 or BET. I gotta check. But that is my show for the night. I will be back on Sunday night at 8 p.m. I love you guys. Thank y'all for buying the t-shirts and the hats. I mean, I really appreciate it. Now, I'm going to be real with you. The reason why I do this, why I'm selling the shirts and stuff, it's not just like, oh, I want to get money off, or this is a business. No. I want to share myself. Like, I want to share the show and everybody with everybody, okay? That's why it's hard, because with this, I used to do this SPOMOTICS Kids of the Week, you know? But I know a lot of people, they weren't doing it, or they weren't interested in doing it. You know what I'm saying? I used to do this SPOMOTICS Kids of the Week, where, you know, I want to spotlight the kids. All right. And like I said, if you are interested, if you have a child or anything that, you know, that they play a sport. And like I said, it could be horseback riding, it could be anything. I don't care. I really don't care. Like, they can play a sport. I don't care. They can wrestle. They can uh, football, basketball, any sport, anything that's competitive. I don't even care if they're in Scrabble tournaments. Like, I don't care. Like, all I want to do is like spotlight the kids, spotlight your kids, you know, spotlight yourself, spotlight, you know, what you're doing. So I do businesses sometimes. You know, I'll put your business on here. You know, just shout out your business. So if you got a business that you want to put on here, just let me know, and I'll shout it out. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it on my Facebook page. It doesn't matter. But I'm really just trying to help everybody. That's what I'm saying. If you have time, I mean, go on my YouTube channel and just click on subscribe. You know, just hit the subscribe button. It's free. You know, just hit the subscribe button. So things like that. So I'm trying to do everything out here that I can. I'm trying to do what I can, you know, however I can do it to help people. You know, that's what it's always. That's what it's about. All right. So I get the shirts because I would love. I can't wait to see people wearing it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I see people in the street, you know what I'm saying, wearing it. I can be like, oh, that's my SPOMOTICS shirt. You know what I'm saying? All right, but that's my time, everybody. I'm out this time, man. I love y'all. Thank you, China Baby Girl. I appreciate it. B, thanks for coming out. I really appreciate that, man. Keon, thank you. Thank you for always coming out. I mean, I appreciate that, son. That's my youngest. But you know, that's not my youngest son. That's my almost youngest son. I got Boom now, so and it's a lot. 4 boys. God. Jordan, Keon, Cameron, Cannon. 4 boys and baby girl. Baby girl, baby adult now. Big girl. All right. So I will see you guys on Sunday at 8 p.m. You can watch the replay on YouTube if you want. And if you're on YouTube, like I said, subscribe, because you can't get the money unless you subscribe. All right. All right. So love y'all. Have a good night. See you guys on Sunday. Peace.